let's get this started, shall we? The Mario franchise. Mario has appeared in literally numerous amounts of titles, from his adventure games to party games to his sports games, which I'm sure we're all very fond of. Let's face it, if Mario had a drinking game, chances are you'd fucking buy it. I'm sure as hell knowing I would. Which really shows a lot about my character. Okay, well anyways, here's the deal. As stated in my last episode, Sonic has a lot of issues with his games. From the characters, to the gameplay, to the story. Everything. Mario has everything except a story. It has those characters that are iconic and you understand them and you know what they are. They have those stages, they have the whole thing going, but the story. And I know what you're thinking, well wait a second, isn't it rather simple? Mario always has to save the day. Yeah, that's true, but after recycling the same goddamn storyline where he has to go after Bowser because he kidnaps Princess Peach, who in regard shows no love interest in Mario whatsoever, and decides to send him letters of cakes and shit, and maybe a kiss on the cheek, absolutely shows nothing. The storyline is getting rather repetitious beyond its limit, so to speak. Best example, as always used, because I don't think people realize it. Play the game again. Super Mario Galaxy. Game had great gameplay. Fuck, the music even made me a little shaky. It was great music. Everything looked very spectacular. And I really did enjoy the game. But I felt like that game didn't even deserve to have Bowser as a villain. Why? Because the storyline was not good enough. Yeah, I said it. It was not good enough. As great as the game was, and it did supply me with fun, I really kind of wish that it had a story. Part of me, maybe the little tiny dot of Mario fanboyism from when I was 8, you know, kind of told me, hey, guess what? I wish he had a story. But it didn't have a story. Yeah, Mario got shot up into space, yada yada, saved Princess, but there was nothing to it. It was just so linear, and you assumed that was what it was. And by the end, you were just kind of scratching your head like that was it. There was nothing very climactic about that ending at all, except for the boss battle, of course. Look, all I'm saying is this. I'm not going against Mario. This is what my problem is. Mario has everything going for him. He has the beautiful graphics for the games, the gameplay, everything I've stated. They have it. They have the millions of people that will go out and purchase their games, even if they're shitty fucking party games that really need to stop being made. But even though, you know, one of them sold 13 million copies, you decide that you gotta keep going, right? Yeah, that's right, Nintendo. Cut the fucking shit. And the sports titles. Where the fuck is Mario Football? I'm ready for the heavyweights to be good at the fucking games. Fuck that. Mario Baseball. My ass. I guess that ruins the chance of Mario Dodgeball, too, while we're fucking at it. Anyways, let me get back on track here, because those games suck balls, and they suck so hard that I don't even think I need to make a clarified rant upon those. Anyways, see, the problem is that there's too much of a linear storyline going on. If Bowser were to do something different other than kidnap the princess or do it in a different fashion, it would be a completely different story, and I wouldn't be sitting here on my ass and fucking ranting about it. But there's something fucking wrong. See, I've said this time and time again. Nintendo plays it safe. Nintendo is afraid. I don't get that. When you have everything #1, why can you be afraid of taking a risk? The best thing that you can do as a game developer is make a risk. And you know what? Nothing too, powerfully risky, but something, you know, along the lines of, wow, that was pretty cool, it was different. That kind of shit. Best example, I'm not a big Zelda fan, look at Wind Waker. It was a big success. Even though Spirit Tracks looks like I could wipe my ass with it, no offense, guys. I mean, that's a little too risky for me. But you know what I'm saying, there's limits. But I mean, I don't understand it. It's so, you could do so much with Mario. It's like an acid trip in a bag. Mushrooms and shit. Or, you know, let's think from a logical standpoint here. I'm talking, don't even imagine yourself as a Mario fan. Don't even imagine yourself as a game fan at all. When you look at Mario, what do you see? You see the Italian stereotypical plumber, his brother, saving the princess that he obviously cares about in a village full of mushroom people fighting little guys that must look like funguses and turtles to take on a rather big turtle with a spiky shell. You know, in a sense, I would like to know why these characters are doing this. I would like to know more about them. I want to know where they're coming from. All we hear is Mushroom Kingdom, oh my god, princess, woohoo! woo! And it's like, okay, great. But how about you go more in depth with that? Here's my idea, and I'm going to pitch it to you, and no one's going to listen to it from Nintendo. I can tell you right now, no one gives two shits about this outside of the Elounge. But I may as well give it a try, right? Okay, here's my idea for a Mario game. I want you guys to open your heads. Your eyes. Wow, your heads. Okay, essentially here's my idea. Take almost a similar epic storyline. Actually, Galaxy didn't have an epic storyline. Well, it kind of did. The atmosphere. There you go. Now, I would like it if we can have almost like a Mario and Luigi Brothers, you know, Superstar Saga, whatever it is. Those Game Boy games. Game Boy Advance games. And they're both in a 3D world together doing team moves to help each other get through certain courses. It would be great. It'd be like Luigi lifting up Mario and then Luigi does a flip, you know, to get on the pillar. Something like that. Something really cool, like a double fireball attack. And what's going to happen is that Bowser's going to finally do something, and it's up to Mario and Luigi to save the day. But this time, here's the twist. And here's where everybody's going to go, Blake, you're going to kill it. This is going to kill the series. And no, it's fucking not going to kill the series. You ready? Here it is. They need to talk. Yeah, I know what you're going to say. That is horrendous. Oh, hey, Luigi, how's it going? I don't know, Mario. You know, that thing. But listen to me. Listen to me. This is what's going to happen. When they're going to fight Bowser, they get into a fight themselves. There, you get a little bit more in depth with the Mario Brothers. For once, Luigi finally says, you know what, Mario? I've been along your side for 20-something years, and you haven't given me jack shit. Although I have the best GameCube game ever made. But anyways, why? And they get into a fight. So add a level of realism, because then what's going to happen is they're going to split up, and they're going to each have their own little section of the game, and then they're going to meet up at the end and get along and all this shit, and they're going to fight Bowser. And Bowser probably shouldn't talk, but maybe. And essentially it's just epic fight, and everything gets resolved. And it doesn't even have to involve the princess. I want an old school Mario Brothers game. I don't want Mario anymore. I'm sorry. I like Luigi more than Mario. I've always been a Luigi fan. Dude, I bought a Luigi figure and I said to myself, you know what? I need to go out and get Mario. Not because I'm like his amazingly #1 fan or anything, but because it's the super fucking Mario Brothers. Honestly. Well, I don't understand that. How did Mario get all this fame and not include the brother of him? That's awesome. I mean, dude, for God's sakes, in Brawl, Luigi has become such a mainstream character that he's obviously better than Mario in every way, gameplay-wise. I'm sorry, the fucking FLUDD is useless. I'm glad people know how to use it, but come on. Here's my point, okay? The Mario Brothers need more depth like Sonic does with his storyline, except Sonic needs more help. They need to elaborate more on things. They need to open up their world outside of Mushroom Kingdom. Go into a fucking dinosaur world. Who the fuck cares? Just do something already. Or, you know, figure it out. I mean, seriously. You can't tell me that you're going to sit here on this gold mine and expect the same linear goddamn storyline to work year after year. This is what's going to happen. Yeah, people will buy millions for another few years. Then people will decline. You need something original. The Game Boy Advance game that's coming out with Mario and Luigi is they're fighting in Bowser's stomach and Bowser's at the top. You know what? That sounds like something I probably wouldn't buy, but it's fucking unique. Why can't you just take that and put it in a 3D form? I don't understand that. God damn it. So here's my things. Mario needs more depth with his storyline. He needs more things going on. There needs to be a motivation. There needs to be better things explained other than just being, you know, just assuming that he's doing this and the villain's doing that. And enough with Peach already. And for God's sakes, can we just call her Toadstool again? And, you know, maybe Bowser could be called fucking... Actually, I like Bowser. Never mind about the Koopa part. But that's besides the point. It needs to be reworked. You know, as I said before, that needs to be worked, and Sonic completely needs an overhaul. If both of these games can do that, that'd be great. But for the most part, let's be honest, Mario's going to do better anyway. Because you know they'll announce something and then he'll be, oh my god. That's my 2 cents, alright? I don't think either game is better than the other. I grew up with a Genesis and got onto a SNES, but I also had a Game Boy with a Genesis. In other words, I grew up with the both of them, but I had a little bit more Sonic. But my point being is that the both of them are great concepts for games, and they're both great characters. I just don't understand why these people expect the same thing to keep working. Maybe we need to stop being suckers already. I'm looking at the Wii Motion Plus. If any of you buy that, oh, God. May God have mercy on your soul. I'm Monster Man X. This has been Grinds My Gears, episode 8. I'm sorry for being sick. It took quite a long time to get me to fucking do this without coughing or doing another 5 retakes. And that's about it. You're welcome. Peace. Oh, and episode 8, it's gonna be something good. And soon I'm gonna end the season. That's right. We're gonna go on to another season. Fuck off.